5. Essential survival tips for the Appalachian Mountains that could save your life. Starting with number 5. In the 5th place, a handful of compact safety items can mean the difference between a routine hike and a life-or-death emergency in the Appalachian Mountains. The U.S. Forest Service highlights 6 essentials: a whistle, a sturdy multi-tool, a 300-lumen LED headlamp, a reliable fire starter, an emergency blanket, and a fully charged power bank. Each item weighs next to nothing in a pack, yet together they form a critical safety net when weather, terrain, or injury turn against you. A whistle, tested in Appalachian forests, can be heard up to half a mile away, far beyond the reach of a human voice, giving search teams a clear signal even in dense fog or thick brush. The LED headlamp, rated at 300 lumens, cuts through darkness and lets rescuers spot you in the understory, shaving precious minutes off nighttime searches. Fire starters become vital when cold rain or sudden temperature drops threaten hypothermia. In wet Appalachian conditions, ferrocerium rods have a 96% ignition success rate, far outpacing matches or lighters. The emergency blanket, made of tear-resistant mylar, reflects body heat and resists damage even after hours in freezing rain, with a failure rate below 0.2%. A power bank, tested by National Park Service volunteers, keeps phones and GPS devices alive long enough for a distress signal, reducing rescue times by up to 30 minutes compared to dead battery scenarios. Finally, a multi-tool is more than a backup. It is the key to cutting rope, repairing gear, or prepping shelter, with field data showing a 2% annual failure rate, but a measurable drop in rescue delays when present. The 2022 rescue of Jenna M. near Roan Mountain drives the point home. Lost after nightfall, Jenna's lack of working safety gear forced a lengthy search in cold, wet conditions, an ordeal that could have ended far worse. USFS and ATC data confirm that missing or malfunctioning safety items account for up to 12% of search and rescue delays in the region. These aren't just checklist items, they're your lifeline when the Appalachian wild turns hostile. In the 4th place, the simple act of treating water and safeguarding calories can mean the difference between finishing a hike and facing a medical emergency in the Appalachian Mountains. In 2021, a Giardia outbreak along Little Piney Creek sickened 27 hikers who drank untreated stream water. The water looked clear, but microscopic protozoa slipped past the naked eye, causing days of stomach pain, dehydration, and forced evacuations. The CDC's guidance for Appalachian backcountry is blunt. Never trust untreated water. Boil for at least 1 minute, 3 minutes above 6,500 feet, or use a filter rated at 1 micron or less. Chemical tablets alone won't kill Giardia or Cryptosporidium in cloudy water. That is where pocket-sized filters like the Sawyer Mini come in, demonstrating a 99.999% removal rate for protozoan cysts when used correctly. A quick squeeze through the filter, followed by a chlorine tablet, covers nearly all microbial threats found in regional streams. But water safety is only half the story. The U.S. Forest Service recommends packing at least 2,500 to 3,000 calories per day with compact emergency rations as backup. When energy drops, even simple navigation can become dangerous, and every calorie left exposed overnight is a beacon for wildlife. Food stored in bear-proof canisters or hung at least 10 feet up and 4 feet from a trunk keeps both hikers and animals safer. In the Appalachian Mountains, a single slip, untreated water, lost calories, or a poorly stored snack can start a chain reaction that ends a trip or triggers a rescue. Prevention starts with a filter, a stove, sealed food, and the discipline to use them every time. In the third place, wildlife safety can turn a peaceful night in the Appalachians into a survival test. Black bears roam the same valleys and ridges as hikers, and in 2020, a bear in Shenandoah National Park broke into a campsite after sniffing out food left unsecured. That single mistake forced a rescue and left rangers reinforcing a strict rule. Always hang your food at least 10 to 12 feet off the ground and 4 feet from the nearest trunk or pole. The Appalachian Trail Conservancy calls this the gold standard for a reason, because bears are strong climbers, but they cannot reach a well-hung bag. Only about 0.2% of hikers experience a bear incident, yet the risk spikes overnight if food is left accessible. A simple demo, tossing a rope over a high branch, hoisting the bag, and tying off, can save hours of chaos and keep both people and bears safe. But not all threats in these woods come with fur. Ticks, especially the black-legged variety, are a silent hazard. Blue Ridge surveys show 15 to 22% of ticks carry Lyme disease. The CDC's prevention playbook is clear. Perform a full-body tick check every evening, paying extra attention after bushwhacking or sitting in leaf litter. If you find one, remove it with fine-point tweezers as soon as possible. Pulling a tick off within 24 hours slashes the risk of Lyme disease by 90%. That is a simple routine. Strip down, check every crease, and pluck any hitchhikers. Staying safe from Appalachian wildlife is not about paranoia, but about habits. Hang your food right, make noise on the trail, and check for ticks before bed. These steps do not just keep you comfortable, they can prevent an emergency, letting you sleep soundly while the forest stays wild and undisturbed. In the second place, navigation failures turn a simple wrong turn into a crisis in the Appalachian Mountains. The region's twisting ridgelines, thick fog, and endless corridors of brush can erase landmarks in minutes. In 2019, Tom H. lost his way in the Roan Highlands after a dense fog rolled in. With no cell signal and his phone battery draining, he spent hours retracing steps before rescue teams located him, an ordeal that added nearly 2 hours to the search and could have ended much worse if temperatures had dropped. Fog delays like this are common. United States Forest Service data show that when visibility collapses, rescue times in the Appalachians jump by an average of 2 hours, and in dead zone stretches with no cell coverage, the wait can exceed 3 hours. Nearly 40% of the Central Appalachian Trail, especially between Roanoke, Virginia, and Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, has no reliable cell service, according to the latest FCC broadband maps. That's why a 3-layer navigation system is essential. Start with a topographic map and a magnetic compass, tools that never lose signal and don't rely on batteries. Add a GPS device or a fully charged phone as backup, but never treat digital tools as your only lifeline. A compact power bank, kept warm in your jacket, can buy critical hours by keeping your GPS or phone alive for emergency calls. United States Forest Service. Guidelines recommend carrying all three: map, compass, and a backup electronic device. In the fog and isolation of the Appalachians, this layered approach is the difference between finding your way out and waiting for help that might not arrive before hypothermia sets in. When the landscape turns confusing and technology falters, old-school navigation skills become your best chance of survival. And finally, in first place, clothing is the ultimate barrier between you and the Appalachian elements, a barrier that can mean the difference between a safe hike and a life-threatening emergency. The United States Forest Service layering system breaks it down to 3 essentials: a moisture-wicking base layer, an insulating middle layer, and a waterproof, wind-proof shell. This dynamic trio isn't just about comfort, it's about survival when the weather turns fast. On Mount Rogers, Virginia's highest peak, search and rescue teams have responded to multiple hypothermia cases in the last 5 years, often triggered by sudden 15 to 20 degree temperature drops that catch hikers off guard. In one 2020 incident, a hiker was rescued after a snow squall dropped the temperature from the mid-40s to the mid-20s in less than 2 hours. Without the right layers, the body loses heat up to 25 times faster in wet, windy conditions. Cotton, still a common mistake, becomes a hazard. Once wet, it loses 90% of its insulating power, turning even a mild rain into a serious risk. National rescue data show that hypothermia accounts for about 30% of all autumn and winter mountain rescues, and the majority involve hikers wearing inadequate or poorly chosen clothing. The right outfit can be the fastest lifesaver: a synthetic or wool base to stay dry, a puffy or fleece for warmth, and a shell to block wind and rain. Changing from sweat-soaked cotton to a proper 3-layer setup can take less than a minute, but that minute can buy hours of safety when the mountains unleash their worst. In the Appalachians, where weather can shift from sun to sleet before you reach the next ridge, your clothing is your first and last line of defense against exposure. Across all 5 essentials, one truth stands out: survival here is built on preparation, not luck. In the Appalachian Mountains, it's the small, conscious choices, what you carry, how you navigate, what you wear, that determine your fate. Out here, prevention isn't just smart, it's survival.